Bro, when did Kanye West kind of went off the rails? Because I remember he used to be pretty normal.
2013.
What happened?
Well,
Was this his mom dying?
he found Christianity.
Oh God, yeah, that would make it crazy.
Like before Christianity, he was like, "I am a god." Now he's like, "God rules everything. I love God.
Is there
Take my
somebody in your
children to
life
church."
close to you that you
Oh
trust
yeah, I saw part of this
enough to
interview.
call you out on your bullshit? We're all full of shit sometimes.
What's my bullshit?
Well,
What's this
some of it I
echo?
pointed out today, but I don't
What
know
was
you
the
deeply
bullshit,
enough.
though? What was the bullshit?
Jewish media, Jewish.
That's not bullshit. The bullshit is that the Jewish media won't admit.
Your dad was right. Your dad was right. The words you used, you weren't. The
and
point
I
you were.
said it. You're not gonna make me say it 800 more times.
I don't know if it resonated because you keep saying like the words.
Did it resonate to y'all that y'all ain't do nothing about it, and that all y'all want to do is have somebody apologize and sweep under the rug your bullshit that you've been doing the whole time?
Which is what? I'm trying
Eh.
to call you out on your bullshit because I hope I'm somebody you can trust.
I
That's
don't
it.
fucking trust you.
Well, you should find people in your life you can trust.
Don't tell me what I should do. I'm not one of your BLM marchers.
Is there somebody in your life?
Fucking base, bro.
Bro, do they know each other? Like, is Kanye friends with him?
Yeah, he was before the interview, but during the interview.
Yo, also, Kyrie Irving said the same thing. Look up the Kyrie Irving Jewish interview. Like, it happened like a week ago.
Kanye's kind of right though. Jewish people control the media. How is he wrong?
Oh fuck! I did Jewish interview. Jesus.
Okay, argues with reporter. There you go.
Which one? Oh, this one.
Argues with reporter.
I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what? Let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So, went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night.
He shared like a movie about some anti-Semitic movie.
We're in 2022.
It's being called out by
interviewers. Not supposed to be
interviewers.
hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
That was a cool way to answer that.
Hopefully, I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Isn't it? It sounds like it's Elohim.
What you shared was not something that you've even watched. This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. you guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? I don't hear an uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion or what they believe. No,
obviously.
This is what is here. It's on a public
That
platform.
would be the
Did I do
white
anything
man.
illegal?
Bro, I didn't choose any
Okay.
of this, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people?
Yes,
So
that's what you're
out of
saying.
all the judgment that people got from me posting,
He said he hates media.
I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
stand down
God,
on
yapping
anything I
about the
believe in.
black
I'm only
people.
gonna get stronger.
Blah,
'cause I'm
blah,
not alone.
blah.
I have a
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it promotion?
Back to
What
the
am I
Jewish
promoting?
movie.
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it. Do you see me doing? Do you see me
By
in front of
putting
the,
it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out there
promoting-
just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
right? But my stuff
Great.
is
So
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You
human
can
being. I can
what-
post whatever I want. So
you
say
post
that and shut
Bro,
it down.
he's about to call him racist.
Kyrie, you
I'm
have
just
to
waiting
understand
for
that by
I don't have to
I'm
do
not
anything.
a
people.
No,
This is not a zoo. I'm not a
Stop
monkey.
people that
What
you're
you
making
did.
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do
is
you guys
gonna
have any
look
more
at it,
questions for
and they're
me?
going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Very basketball.
Do you hate Jews or not?
Bro, Kanye had one.
You know what's funny? This needs Charles Barkley. This needs a Charles Barkley clip. I am not a role model.
I am not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court.
Nigga throwing elbows.
Should be role
That's
models.
To nobody, bro. To nobody.
Basketball
Bro, they had one clip and they just used it.
doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
The ball.
Fucking A, bro.
Yo, my bad. I love Charles Barkley. But you know,
It's true, though.
go ahead.
That was Kyrie Irving in the interview.
Yeah.
He
So,
conducted himself pretty well. I will give him that.
Till the end. Till the end. But see, the problem was, like he said, like they're complaining because he put the movie out there. I don't know if he said anything. I didn't see the tweet, but he just put the movie out there on his page, and then people started looking it up. They're like, "Oh, that's what this is." That's why everyone.
I need the context. I need the context of the movie. Is it like a race realism kind of movie?
Someone said that the guy who wrote it put a lot of false facts about Jews into it.
Oh, okay. I see.
So, but it's got some stuff about like niggas, Africans and Jews.
It's one of those movies that claim that everybody's from Africa. That's the whole thing.
I mean, we all are.
Germany said. I'm saying it's been said so many times in order to murder and torture Jewish people that it just rings wrong.
And that's the
just
thing.
like the N word when spoken by people that have the same skin color as me. It reminds
That's not even
people
true.
of
Like, why are you
very
saying the
dark
N word?
time.
You're practically
I know.
calling him a
If
nigger.
Jewish people would accept that
Can you
I'm
pause it for a
Jew,
second?
then
Pause
they
it.
would see when I'm.
This is like the oppression Olympics. I'm more oppressed. No, I'm more oppressed. Oh, yeah, I hear you about the Jews, but what about what we've been through? And the other one, yeah, I hear you, but Holocaust, bro. Like, you know, it's this is so weird.
Hey, but I
saying
can't say
in a
the
different-
N word.
Different way. They would hear it in a different way.
But see, the people, you saying you're Jewish, that
No, I'm Jew, not Jewish.
Jew.
Jewish means like that of a Jew. I'm saying I'm Jew.
you're a Jew.
Blood of Christ.
That
Orthodox
comes from,
Christian.
Right. But are you a follower of the philosophy of the Black Hebrew Israelites? Because that's where the idea comes from. Not all of those folks are extremists, but some are extremists.
I'm a follower of the idea. I have a vague idea that all people came from Africa. But what I wanted to do, now I could Andy Kaufman this about 7 more minutes, and then tell you what it is.
How much longer?
Let's count 7 minutes.
Oh, that's 6 minutes. Hey, 6 minutes.
I'm waiting for the GM.
Hey! I want to. Don't spoil it.
Minutes.
No,
do less.
I did this to do a spoiler alert.
Sure, spoiler.
Oh, okay.
What's the first thing I said at the beginning?
We're talking about engineering and humans. We're all
and
human.
I said, and then what did I say we shouldn't focus on?
Race.
Not just that. I said they shouldn't teach this in school.
History.
The history, because what they do, what schools are doing is exactly what the CIA does with Pixar films and Disney films. They make Bambi's mom die in the beginning, right? And off that pain comes a purchase of ice cream. Off that pain comes, I need some more toys. Off that pain comes, I need a bigger house. Off that pain comes, I need more girls than my wife. Off that pain comes, so they put that pain in to make us, now we're the orphans of capitalism, to make us be consumers. And we need to be a community, not just consumers. So I could have won another set.
Here's the thing about this whole interview. I saw the first interview, and he says that in schools they should only teach engineering. That everything else is irrelevant. He started off with that shit.
Is he wrong though? Is he wrong?
He is wrong. Of course, he is wrong. Okay, and this whole thing, bro, he's just trying to be like super.
Imagine if you learned engineering from kindergarten. You'd be a completely different person, man.
Nobody's taking credit away from engineering. It's the fact that he's saying they should only teach engineering. That's the problem. It's not that they.
Imagine learning one thing for the first 18 years or like whatever, like 12 years of your life. You'd be almost a master at
Bro, he says they shouldn't teach history because we should live here and now, and the future is what matters.
What are we going to learn from? What do we use history for? We're not fucking excavating bones.
That's ridiculous, and we are excavating bones still. We're still doing that.
Why? What we gotta learn
because
from
it matters, bro.
Oh,
and people have an interest in it.
Bro, fuck that shit, man. I live in the here
and listen,
now.
this whole interview, he's just being tried too fucking woke. It's ridiculous to the extent that he pushes it, bro.
You asleep, man. You don't see what he's saying. You're not listening to his words.
It's still, I saw this whole part, and he's really.
I haven't seen.
He doesn't sound crazy. You can see the patterns of his thoughts, where they're leading to.
He's a genius.
But the problem is he's just trying to be too woke, and he's conflating a lot of issues together just to sound really woke, and it's stupid, bro. And he jumps from one thing to another.
It's stupid because you don't agree with it. That makes sense.
No, it's stupid because it's not cohesive. It's not rational.
It is. I wouldn't know because we've been paused for like 20 minutes.
Go ahead, play it.
The door
7
just
minutes by being a person who presents himself in a way that says, well, I don't have to feel your pain because I also have pain too that's not being recognized.
Yo.
And in every interview, when I say, well, why did I get to the point?
Yo, is he like a is he painting something?
Who?
What do you mean?
He looks like he's been painting.
Oh.
It's his jacket.
No, that's the design.
Bro, I need to design some clothes. Shit. Go ahead.
Point of putting up the tweet. No one wants to understand why I got to that point.
You
right?
had pain. You had pain.
Yeah.
Rock doesn't want to understand.
But let's say this. Undoubtedly, Jewish people have a lot of movies about that pain, and Black people have a lot of movies about the pain of slavery, right? It's almost impossible to find a movie about Mansa Musa. When you go to the African History Museum in Washington, D.C., it doesn't start with the idea of Africans being kings. It starts with the idea of Africans being slaves. But here's another interesting point about this. This was said to me one time, and it stuck with me as a family member of mine. With Africans, how many times you've heard like a rapper or, talk about we were kings? That's incorrect.
You pause it real quick.
If we're Jew.
What do you think he just wrote down in his notebook?
Oh, throughout the whole interview, he was writing down quotes from the host, and every time he thought something sounded smart, he just wrote it down. Literally, that's all he did. I'm not kidding. He's like, "Oh, that sounds smart. I should write that down for the future." Oh, this is great, dude. At one point, he's saying, "Oh, we're figuring out everything. This episode's gonna change the world. People are gonna look at interviews differently, dude." This interview is pretty bananas.
You know what's funny about this? LeBron had Kanye on his podcast thing, and he didn't release the episode because he said Kanye was saying crazy stuff.
Exactly. The problem is with Kanye is that, listen, that part that he said right there, that they weren't representing that part of history, right? That were the African kings. It's always just about, right. That's not wrong. But the thing is, instead of following on that thought, he's going to jump to another thing it kind of correlates, but like it skips like a bunch of steps. He's like a guy that goes on step 1 and skips to step 7. And you're like, what the fuck happened, bro?
He's
like, guide me through your thoughts and how you got there. But he doesn't do that. He just jumps from point A to point P.
It's tough to explain genius, man.
No, it's something. It's basically he doesn't know how to express.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
There is, because it makes him very incohesive. It makes him even sound a little bit crazy. He's not crazy.
He knows he's not crazy. That's the thing. It's just that, but not everyone can understand what he's saying. There's nothing wrong with that.
As crazy.
So what'd you say?
It's easy for people to paint him as crazy. Like they can just take snippets out of it. They can show that. Oh, look.
They can paint you as crazy. They can paint Rock as crazy. Me as crazy. You can paint anybody as crazy.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that he's not crazy. That's he knows a lot of stuff. I'll give him that too. The point is he doesn't know how to properly express it and how to guide people through his thought patterns. He just jumps from one thing to another.
But at least that's fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. But you saw earlier in that edit clip, he was like, "Do you have anyone, I guess, close to you, or whatever?" And he was like, "No, I thought I was close. Nah, I don't. I'm not close with you." He don't got nobody to guide him. Like with Kim, he had somebody, but
I mean, he has been.
She left him for Skeet.
I mean, Drake. Wasn't it Drake that took advantage of him? He used to be the writer, never got credit for it, some shit.
Kid Cudi?
Drake.
Drake can't write.
No, Kanye used to write for him and then...
Oh, yeah. Right, they have better fun.
Yeah, and Kanye mentions him in this interview as being one of the best writers or one of the most relevant people at the moment. He said that they were more popular than the president, which I agree, but it's kind of like an arrogant thing to say.
I guess president sucks.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, but that's the Beatles did that shit. The Beatles implied in a quote that they were more popular than Jesus in religion, and people started burning their albums.
Imagine Jesus dropping an album on the Beatles.
No, and all John Lennon said that in that at the time they were so popular and so influential on the youth that they were influencing them more than religion. That was his point, right? But if people took it like, the Beatles are the devil's music, and they started burning all that shit.
It happens.
You can play it.
But they're not wrong.
You can play that.
If we're Jew, and since we are, we weren't the kings. we were the slaves that Moses freed. Africans have always said, you've listened to rap music and hear black people say, we kings, we blood of the pharaohs. And if we are Jew, then we weren't. We were the people that Moses freed. And when we talk about, have you heard black people talk about 400 years of slavery? Mm-hmm. All right. That is and we're having this history lesson, right?
I thought history doesn't matter. You're exploring ancient history and drawing deep wisdom from it. And at the same time saying we need to forget all of it. We need to put that behind us.
Absolutely. We need to forget it and we need to move forward.
There's so much wisdom to draw from history. Even the 20th century. Look at this. Communism. Without the lessons of history of the 20th century, communism sounds like a great idea.
Who is this guy? Like what? Who is this dude?
Computer scientist.
I just know him from. Sorry, say it again.
He's a computer scientist.
A computer scientist, right? He's an engineer. That's why Kanye starts the interview by praising him because he's an engineer.
Okay, because he's like talking out of his ass.
No, he's not. He's actually pushing. But the thing with Kanye is he likes to spills out all these crazy ideas, and if you push him back on it, he just goes even more crazy.
He'll do it if you don't do anything. And it's not crazy.
No.
Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's crazy.
This host was actually pretty terrible at the beginning. He just let Kanye said whatever he wanted, but he had to push back.
Not his job. Oh, that's what he should be doing. That's his job, literally. You're gonna applaud a fish for swimming.
What? The what?
You're gonna clap for a fish?
He pushed back. No, I'm not clapping. I'm not saying he did a super great job. All I'm saying is that
that's what this is. It's an interview. That's what you're supposed to do. It's not pushing back.
Right, but Kanye is not. Yep. No. He should push back on things that are some things that Kanye is saying. Okay, because they're just fucking crazy. You know.
To you, not to him. That's the point.
Oh, this fucking dude.
No, you're saying something that you don't understand is crazy. Kanye believes he understands.
I understand it. No, that's the problem. Chaos. I understand it, and I still think it's crazy.
Okay. Does that mean it's crazy?
Okay.
No. That doesn't mean it's crazy.
Bro, Kanye in this interview goes from like everybody's just a consumer and that's a big problem to them plugging his merch and saying like, oh yeah, my brand made me rich and I'm probably one of the best designers. He's fucking all over the place, bro. Contradicting his own messages.
How is that contradiction?
You know what I mean?
Everyone is a consumer. That's why he's rich. That's what he just said. That's not contradiction. It's facts.
No, he said that he wanted a community.
Because everyone is a consumer, he should be plugging his stuff.
He said that people should be a community rather than consumers.
Man, fuck Community. Hate that show.
No, he's
right. This was the one where he uses like. So basically, he says that all Jewish media does this and that, and this guy says that you cannot say Jewish media, and he says that okay, I'll say JM, and he was like.
Is that about to happen in the interview?
I was trying to look for one where it happens. I think it's not this one.
Not gonna finish it? What the fuck? Yo, who's controlling this? Go back.
No, man.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Hey man, I'm actually trying to hold it together.
Is it this one?
It's like its own city or something. Like they made it not be a part of the actual state or something. It's like DC and stuff. It's like Washington DC now and stuff. Like, and that has to be from a government.
Finish the other video. What are you doing?
He's trying to find a specific clip.
Bro, it may have been in that one. I wanted to listen to his wisdom.
Engineering, because I'm interested about that.
Dum 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 dum.
Hey man, I'm actually trying to hold it together. You're pretty offensive towards a lot, and
I'm not looking to be offensive. I really want to bring people together and get these sales done.
But the word, 100%, I see your vision.
How do we do
but
that?
Somebody you care. Don't say Jewish media and Jewish controlled media.
Can you pause this?
Oh, bro. He's not being offensive.
Are they being offended by Jewish media?
Yeah, that's so pussy shit.
Wait, what?
At least let him complete. Like
too much like 1930s Nazi Germany that was leading up to the
Jewish
atrocities.
media.
He would say JM.
Yeah, he was branded JM. That's right.
Yeah, that's why.
No, it's just the implied, like this memeified prejudice towards a group. I gotta ask you about parlor and engineering because I'm interested about that.
So yeah, so he was like, so Nazi Germany used to talk about JM. I didn't know that.
Here's what I don't understand. You can say the media is run by Jewish people, but that doesn't mean that you're saying the Holocaust didn't happen. You can still recognize their pain and the shit that they went through and still say, yeah, but now they control the media. Like those two things can coincide together. But if you criticize one, that automatically makes you like anti-Semitic. That doesn't really make any sense.
From this clown's side, I don't know his name, Lex Freeman. I say the way he's looking at it is like Hitler used to say JM as a attack in a way to attack them, to achieve hate towards them. And Kanye is such a big figure in society that when he says it, he's gonna get other people to join in. So he doesn't want it said at all.
It's weird how they correlated to that other thing. Yeah, I guess you just explained. Yeah, I guess you just explained the correlation, but to me, they're two distinctive things. You know what I mean?
They are, but they aren't. Any type of thing that's attacking a whole, he's attacking an entire.
Right, no, but people are projecting a narrative into it that Kanye himself is saying, that's not really what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And the way that Kanye has expressed himself so far, he wasn't really that offensive, honestly. He didn't say the fucking filthy
Jews.
You're
sticking up for a racist?
No. Weren't you on Kanye's side? What the fuck? Did you just flip again?
I think we both did just now. No, but here's the problem is, it doesn't matter what he meant. The problem is that he said it. That's like with the whole Kyrie Irving thing earlier. Like he put on his social media something that had anti-Semitic meaning towards Jews. It doesn't matter if that's what he believes in. He put it out there, and he's such a. It really shouldn't matter if you're big or small, but they're both such big figures that you're putting bad attention on that specific group of people, the Jewish people. And like he said, the Jewish media thing. I don't even know if it's true, but he said Hitler said it, which is, I don't know.
Why you just Uncle Ben saying, "With great power comes great responsibility," bro? Okay,
hey,
and
look, Kanye is not a role model. Okay, look,
listen,
he just spits bars and sends out albums, but
right. That's why actually I don't mind it that much, because if Kyrie Irving says something, what do I care? He's just a basketball player. He's not a history teacher or like a politician.
He's not a basketball player. What the fuck?
Kyrie Irving isn't he a basketball player?
Kanye.
No, Kyrie Irving. I was bringing it back to Kyrie. I was bringing it back to Kyrie Irving and Kanye to relate it. Okay.
I agree with you there, though. But
yeah,
a lot of my Jewish IG girlfriends, they say that what they were saying, it makes them feel in danger, which I personally don't understand, but that's not for me to understand. It doesn't make them feel safe, and they have children, and you know, kids are stupid. They'll say shit, and it's Kanye or Kyrie, so they'll just say shit, you know, and that could go bad, and they don't want that kind of stuff put on their kids. I'm just speaking about what I've seen from the IG ladies who commented.
No, that's a bullshit take, honestly. It's like they're like they're afraid a second Holocaust is gonna happen or some shit like that. Like, bro, no.
Look, who would have thought Russia would be beating up Ukraine for this long?
That's not the same thing, okay? They
It
have
is
a
the same.
history.
Anything can happen.
Those countries really have a history. We're talking about Jewish people thinking that
a lot of Nazis still exist. People who look down on Jews. There's a lot of them all over the world. And Kanye, they may not like monkeys, but Kanye could beat a monkey that they side with, just to get their agenda across. That Jews are bad, even though Kanye's saying he was a Jew or he is a Jew. His ancestors are Jews.
Yeah.
But they could be like, hey, we don't like Jews, based off of Kanye and Kyrie being monkey Jews.
I understand the argument of what it could lead to and what it could turn to and what people and it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy because people make such a big deal out of it that it does turn into a thing.
Agreed.
Right? But it shouldn't, especially because, like I said, Kyrie Irving is a basketball player. He's just a basketball player. Like Charles said, I'm not a role model. I'm not going to raise your kids.
But remember, man, do you know so many people look up to public figures? Like you, again.
Nah, bro, that's stupid.
We decide our own role models. I never once looked up to my parents.
No, because that's ridiculous. In this world, you're going to be bombarded by influences pulling you to their side. It's up to you really to decide or what side you're going to be.
The problem is there's so many kids out there who do look up to these people. And they listen to children.
Think of the children.
The children are the future. And they're the ones that are looking up to them mostly. Because like you said, like most like people with a brain, which is like 99% of society, they're not taking what they're saying to heart. They're not being angry about it unless they're being attacked. Like this right now, I'm pretty sure nobody knew what anti-Semitism was till like 2 weeks ago. Like I ain't ever heard that word before.
You're dumb, okay? You're dumb because everybody knows that word, okay?
Bro. Yeah, and you also use the N-word, racist. But yeah, like look, most people with a brain, honestly, they're not taking this shit to heart. They know there's a little bit of hate speech, but it's like they know the person and they're not following.
There's no hate speech. If anything, there's a bit of race realism in there of like history. Like
I wouldn't say realism or history. I'm not from Africa, and I never was. Monkeys.
I don't think it's even offensive or that controversial. And like I was gonna say, Kyrie Irving is a basketball player. Kanye is an artist, a music artist. I'm not gonna talk
Kyrie Irving also thinks the Earth is flat.
He's free to think that, okay, and that's fine. He's even free to promote it if that's what he thinks.
Is it though?
Yes, it is.
But remember, he wasn't promoting anything. He never once promoted that the Earth is flat. He just put it out there. He's never once said. He's never once promoted everyone to believing the Earth is flat. Just like he never once promoted that movie. But because he believes it, and he's talked about how he believes it, everyone's thinking he's promoting it now. That's pretty much what he said.
In a way, that's promoting it. In a way, that's promoting it.
You're the media. Isn't that what you do? You promote that? Is that what you media people do?
Well, you're promoting that's what you believe, okay? And like I said, I'm fine with that.
But
okay? You can believe that. And Kanye can believe it too.
I don't promote God. I believe in God. I don't promote
him. What?
I don't promote God. I believe in God, but I don't promote God. I say fuck God.
Yeah.
So just because I believe in God, I'm promoting him or her?
You are, even on a small scale, even if you're not famous, you're promoting your belief and probably because
so you're saying Kyrie's wrong. So you're saying Kyrie Irving is wrong.
No. What I'm saying is
okay, I'm gonna go tweet Kyrie. Hold on.
What I'm saying is when you verbalize a thought, it becomes a statement. Right? If you don't verbalize it, it's your own personal belief. But once you verbalize it and put it on social media, it becomes a statement of what you believe. Okay? And in that way, you're promoting your belief.
That's not even true. But that's not true unless I say I believe it.
Listen.
It becomes what other people think I believe.
That's how there's tension in here, okay?
The whole thing about this from both Kanye and Kyrie They don't care what you think they believe because they know what they themselves believe.
That's what I was gonna get at. Okay, they're promoting their belief, but at the same time saying, I'm not saying everybody should believe this. This is just what I personally believe, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, I do make the distinction, but at the same time, they are promoting their belief and they're putting it out there. Okay, they're verbalizing it and putting it out to the masses. Okay, so that in that way is promoting it. Now they're not saying you should believe this too, and that's fine. Okay, that's personally why I don't mind it as much
Did
because
Kanye just say that though? Kanye just said you should believe this, right?
I don't think I don't. Maybe Kanye is arrogant enough to think that everybody should believe him like him, but I don't. I don't know.
No,
I
our
think
video,
even him will draw the line. I think
our,
even him will draw the line at
our
that.
video guy's been jumping from like 6 videos, so I'm not really sure.
Oh yeah, but the full interview is kind of it's a mess, bro.
His host, I don't like him.
Don't like it, bro.
He should have gone on Logan Paul's podcast.
Why?
Actually, been pretty quiet. What do you think about Kanye and this whole thing?
I agree. Fuck Juice.
The main thing is that what I think is that the problem with him is that he keeps like switching between so many things at the same time that when he tries to,
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
it does not come across well. And
Okay.
and the other guy, he's like, I don't. I want to give him a benefit of doubt as well. I think that he was trying to have a interview where he can clarify about Kanye things because he has been having that position. Like, for example, there are people who are like gotcha people who are like, who would invite you just in order to trash you. This guy is one of
He's
those.
not that.
Yeah, he's not that. So I thought that he tried, but obviously it did not work because like the way Kanye is now is like if you don't agree with him, if you
Yeah, that's what I was saying to Chaos.
he gets a bit defensive and he just starts attacking, and that's what it is. So what Kanye is looking for is yes man. If you don't agree with him, you're against him. That's the kind of attitude
Yeah,
he has right now.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that you said that Kanye has a problem when he has no problem? He's being himself. We already.
he's
How is that? How are you saying he has a problem?
you can objectively say he has a problem communicating what his thoughts are.
How is
That's
it
true.
it's a problem for you because you can't understand what he's saying.
Bro, imagine you're watching a movie and every like
Movie.
fucking The Notebook, okay, a movie that you love, okay. Imagine you're watching The Notebook, and every 10 minutes it skips 30 minutes of the movie, and you're like, "What? Why am I analyzing?
Wasn't that literally her
Why am I
disease?
analyzing?"
Like Alzheimer's?
Yeah,
Wasn't that literally what happened?
imagine they meet at like the carousel, and then the next thing is her dying as an old lady. You're like, how the fuck did we get here?
I'm assuming
That's Kanye.
I'm assuming he knocked her off.
That's how Kanye expresses himself. He jumps.
I don't think you're listening.
No, you are the one that's not listening. Okay, maybe because you're. No, it doesn't. He doesn't form a cohesive pattern with his thoughts and the way he verbalizes.
The problem is you're taking your own definition of that. He's not talking to you. He's not even talking to the interviewer.
No,
he's not talking to the interviewer either. He's just speaking. He's not. He's just putting his voice out there.
But yeah, even if you break it down at a basic level like that, he doesn't have good conversational skills in this case.
He does
because he doesn't know how to convey his thought patterns properly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we never finished the clip, so I can't entirely say he is, but he is. You don't respect his voice,
bro. How many times do I? How many times
people?
How many times do I have to tell you that I do understand what he's saying? That's not the problem. The problem is he doesn't know how to express it cohesively.
He is speaking very clearly, cohesive. It's all coming across very clear to me.
No, it's not.
So you're saying you're determining what I myself can understand?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't speak for you. If you're a moron like him,
that's the whole point. How is he a moron? How is he a moron?
Okay, moron is not the right word for it. Maybe you have the same.
He is no different than everyone else besides being
bipolar. Why the fuck? You know what? I got baited into taking you seriously. You're just fucking trolling me.
So because I disagree with you, I'm trolling you.
I got baited. Honestly, I'll give it to you. Okay,
no.
I thought for a second
did you hear what you just said? Did you hear what you just said? Because I'm disagreeing with you right now. I'm baiting you. I'm a troll. You're treating me just like you treat Kanye. You're dismissing everything because it is against what you say.
No, it's because I know you don't actually believe it. You just like to take the opposite.
Kanye, you're saying both of you have said Kanye's the problem. Kanye is not the problem. If you want Kanye to stop talking, then he said Kanye is the problem.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What? That's what Ash said.
What I'm saying.
No problems here.
He does have a problem. Okay.
See, what?
What is the problem?
What's his problem?
How many times do I have to explain it? Jesus Christ. He doesn't know how to cohesively express his thoughts.
You can't understand it.
Because his mind...
Because your mind isn't understanding it. That's the problem. It's a you issue. It's a you issue. You attack him because you cannot put the pieces together to his puzzle mind, to his way he speaks. You aren't listening.
Bro, I understand what he's saying and what he's trying to get at, but he said it in a very, and this is me very, very terrible, okay? But a lot of times he contradicts himself and he's just speaking nonsense, okay? He says some things that are true sometimes, and he narrows it together, and then he jumps to another shit, and then he tries to piece it all together, and it only makes sense to him.
Give me an example.
That's the problem. Dude, this whole interview. Watch this whole interview, okay? Or just watch.
Somebody keeps pushing videos every 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch the whole interview though. Come on, man. You should have done your homework.
You watch all. Nigga, we didn't know the topic. What the fuck?
Well, you should have done your homework in life. This is part of like. Aren't you a Kanye West fan?
Hey, I'm a fan of a lot of people. I'm a big fan of Demi Lovato. I didn't keep up with her personal life. Shit, if I didn't have Twitter, I wouldn't know she was a druggie. Like if I wasn't a fan of Kim Kardashian, I wouldn't know they got married.
Listen, and if you look at the contrast between Kyrie Irving, how he was talking, he comported himself very well, and he was very rational.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. Listen, even if you don't agree with his message.
But did you not see the progression?
I saw it, yes, but he was more.
See, if he could compose himself, he would be able to take those questions. He said, "Let's get the questions out the way so we can talk basketball." And they kept giving him the questions, and he kept getting more unhinged.
No, that part I would agree on, but in terms of like presenting his narrative, it was cohesive and you can understand it. With Kanye, it's all over the place.
Kanye said. They said it the exact same way.
Listen, how you say things matter.
I guess because Kanye's from Chicago, you don't like the way they speak there.
Bro, no, the thing is that you're neglecting the fact that how you speak, how you guide the narrative, how cohesive you are, all those stuff matters. To you, it's like, that doesn't matter as long as you get the idea across. All that stuff matters.
What are you saying to me? I realize you're speaking for me. I never once said that. I'm saying you're not connecting the dots to what he's saying. He is speaking very clearly, but you want fucking.
He's not.
You want fucking professor talking to you. He is guiding me. I can hear him clearly.
Holy shit, dude. Okay, fine. Maybe.
I guess a college educated man is someone you want talking.
No, that's not even the whole point.
That's pretty much what you're saying there. Kyrie, who went to college for a year, is a better speaker than Kanye, when in fact he's not.
No, dude, how you explain your ideas, your thoughts, your concepts, your morals, everything. It should be explained in a cohesive way, so that the person that you're talking to
when did either of
understands
those
it.
explain that? Neither one of them
What?
did that. Neither one of them were doing that.
Yes, the interviewer was. He was, and he was doing a good job at it.
Which was this one or for Kanye or Kyrie?
This guy right here, the Jewish
This
guy.
guy was saying his opinion on what Kanye said.
No. He speaks about the Jewish, his Jewish background, and because he pushes back on Kanye about the Jewish thing.
I honestly didn't see that part because we were jumping around so much. He literally never said that he was a Jew.
No, okay, yeah, you don't get the con, but I saw the interview. Okay,
I'm just telling you, the guy controlling our fucking video can't stay still for 2 minutes.
No, dude. Well, yeah, maybe you don't understand the full context of the interview, so that's why you're
Jew
defending
shouldn't
Kanye.
matter. If he's a Jew, what right does that give him to say N-word?
No, because I think he started saying like, my family, I have family members who like descendants of the Holocaust, and then Kanye says,
why does that matter?
Yeah, it was brought up into the conversation. I don't remember exactly how. I think Kanye said something, and then Kanye says after
what
that,
relevance that has to anything Kanye has said. That he has family that were in the Holocaust. A lot of people have family that were in the Holocaust.
Because
what's that got to do with something?
I would need to find the clip for it.
I have ancestors who were slaves.
Because I don't remember exactly what triggered the host to go into that, but I think it was something that Kanye said.
Who's our video guy? What's he doing? He's not even
all
signed
the
into
assholes
YouTube.
that fucked you over in the music industry, fuck artists over in the music industry, are individuals. They're not Jews.
They are Jewish.
It doesn't. They're human with opportunities, and they took those opportunities. I don't care if they're Jewish.
Do you feel like I should release that pain and separate it?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're saying I should release that pain and separate it, then I'm telling you should release your pain and separate it, and we could get to the list of how you are a being with engineering opportunities.
That's 100%. I see what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. The pain, I'm going to let it go. Engineering challenges. I get it. One of the problems you highlight is people get fucked over in the music industry and get fucked over in the media, get fucked over all over the place.
They created, there was a Jewish trainer that brought me to the hospital and put in press that I went to the hospital. I know friends that off of exhaustion, a Jewish doctor, they diagnosed
Why do you keep saying Jewish?
Because they were, right? Diagnosed me with bipolar disorder and shot me with medication and put me on medication, then put it in the press. And every time, even if I wore the wrong color hat that a is not supposed to wear, right? Then they immediately say he's off of his shit, he's off his meds, he's off his rocker, and it's literally used as a scarlet letter control mechanism for the people.
Why they bleep out when he said nigger, but not when the other guy said N-word?
What?
It was a Jewish guy that told me I was crazy, and he propagated this propaganda that I'm crazy now. It's all about the Jewish people. They started this shit.
No. But he said when he wears a wrong hat that a nigger's not supposed to wear, they beeped out nigger.
He's exaggerating. He's really exaggerating. He's crossing over. He's crossing over all the crazy shit he said.
The interviewer, who is, as y'all say, a Jew, is allowed to say N-word, and that's not bleeped out? Who edited this video?
A Jew?
I believe it.
People understand the kids, the colleges, the high schools. What do you think they put me right now? They put me as the prophet, not the leader. It doesn't have to be the leader, right? Because we need more intelligent person, okay? At least, right? They put me as the prophet. They put me as the only person that would say this. And I'm just saying that was 4 Jewish members that controlled my voice, because for the fact that 90% of black people in entertainment, from sports to music to acting, are in some way tied into Jewish business people, meaning that in some way, just
true.
like if Rom is sitting next to Obama or Jared sitting next to Trump, there's a Jewish person right there controlling the country, the Jewish people controlling that who gets the best video or not, controlling what the media says.
You can't stop Kanye.
You can't stop Kanye, bro.
We said the same thing. Like here's the thing. He's saying they look at him as a prophet. Well, then he wanted to say he's the only one that would say this, which is true. Like I feel like even when I was a kid, I heard that Jews ran Hollywood, the banks, all that shit. So I feel like everybody knows it, I guess. But
yeah,
he's the only person you'll hear talk about it.
No, because it's one of those things that you can't say it out loud because people are gonna.
Why?
That's what I was.
Why?
People. That's what I was speaking before. People are gonna add their own narrative to it, and they're trying to spin it like, "Oh, what are you, anti-Semite then?" And that's not his point. Although maybe it is because he doesn't sound very happy that the Jewish are controlling everything.
I'm more impressed that you can understand what he's saying.
Everything, and then people would be like, blame me. But nobody says anything about them. They are the ones who are fucking running the show and controlling all the narratives. But people are angry at me because I brought this up.
What I meant was that Ash brought up a good point that it's totally fine when they control the narrative, the media narrative, but when Kanye says a different one, they alienate him, or they may demonize him. That's a good point because it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to talk about these sensitive things
as long as
you should be able to talk about the sensitive things.
We do not talk about Jews. We do not talk about Jews. Okay.
Look at Fox News, for example. They have a lot of rhetoric that is against a particular community, and everybody seems to be fine with it.
Can I ask something?
Yes, sir.
Of the three of us here, who actually watches Fox News?
I sometimes.
So Ash, okay.
Yeah, I don't watch Fox News. But it should be that you should be able to present your side of the story too. So
not if you're talking about the Jewish.
Yeah.
It's like
they are Voldemort. You cannot say that.
It's like the Jews control media, and they saw he was about to say something he shouldn't have said. You're right, Rock. Maybe it is the Jewish people doing this.